So how long are you guys staying here? What are you doing?
Well, I'm gonna suggest that we stay longer because I'd like to make some more healing potions. Well, poultices.
We'll try not to stay too long. We are, in enemy territory. But yes, that's fine. And we'll see to, we talk to Carla and see what kind of rest she needs, maybe a day or two. And then I'm gonna ask Alice if she wants me to escort her to like a town healer or doctor to get her arm looked at.
That'd be great.
Okay. Um, it's already nightfall by the time you guys get there, so you agree to do that stuff in the morning, unless you really want to do it tonight. But
No,
all
we
the
can do it in
shops
the
are
morning.
closed. Yeah. In the morning, Rita von Buren II is gone. Like no one noticed her leave the night, and she's just she pieced out in the night. She was staying with Carla.
Okay.
Yeah. So you take Alice to a healer.
Yes.
All right, there's a medicine man in town, and you guys come up to him.
Are you Peter Schwinkle, the healer?
I am indeed Peter Schwinkle, the healer.
Very good. As you can see, my brood of a friend here, Alice, has suffered a grievous wound while battling a bear. She could use some help.
He comes and looks at the wound, asks Alice to sit down, and then pokes at it, sees how it's swollen and bloated and whatnot, and says, "My, this is nasty wound for a bear to give. Usually they leave scrapes and cuts."
It was a
Slashes.
strangely intelligent bear. It clubbed her with a wooden stump of a tree. We're getting sidetracked here, though.
Okay.
What can you say of the wound?
Can I speak to you outside? I think the patient needs some rest.
Yes.
He walks out with you and he says, "This doesn't look good. If her arm is not removed, disease may set in."
I was worried about that. So you think the infection and gangrene is already coming into play?
I don't know if it's come yet, but it's fairly bad. I do not possess the power to heal something like this. You have to go back a century ago to when priests had that sort of power.
Okay. I'm gonna need some time with her. Is it if could I set up an appointment for the arm removal tonight? Do you have time to remove an arm at that time?
We should do it today,
Today, as soon as possible.
as soon as possible.
All right. Can you wait here? I'm gonna go talk to Alice real quick. She gets a little bit emotional if
Yeah,
it's
I
just
hear
best
you.
if you wait here. Okay.
He waits outside.
So I go in. Alice.
That wasn't a bear that attacked me. Why'd you lie to that guy?
Alice. Sometimes people have to lie. Alice. How you doing?
What I'm doing is my fucking arm's broken in
Yeah.
all places.
Yeah. About the arm. How attached to the arm are you? Are you?
Well, I mean, it's attached here at the shoulder.
Yeah, it's pretty attached there.
Yeah.
Would you be okay with it not being attached?
Well, I don't. I mean, I guess we could.
Yeah.
What do you think?
We have to.
Okay,
doctor-
then I just rip my arm off.
All right,
Oh,
so
God.
still splinted, you grab your arm and you start, "Oh my god!" and immediately start screaming. The medicine man, what'd you call him?
Peter Schwinkle.
Peter Schwinkle comes back and says, "No, Alice, no, hold on.
Give
I
me
can
a
remove
knife.
that
We'll
for
take
you."
it off this way.
Alice, wait. Alice, we can do it much more comfortably.
He runs to a cupboard and brings back a bottle and says, "Here, drink this."
Okay.
It is
I
the
drink it.
foulest, not foul. It is the hottest, most alcoholic substance you've ever had. It's
Okay.
it's fairly good, but the alcohol percentage is probably somewhere up in the 80s.
Think 191 instead of 151.
Yeah,
Sounds good.
it's you take a nice big swig of it and immediately are seeing stars. Just like, holy shit, what the fuck was that?
Okay.
And the guy looks at you and says, "Well, better hold it down." And he walks over to his workbench and pulls out a hacksaw.
Alice, just breathe deep. We're here for you. I'm going to hold you down, though. It's going to hurt a lot, but I want you to think of ponies and stuff that makes you feel happy.
Yes, hold down the character with 18-97 strength.
Yep. Challenge accepted.
All right.
I would think if I'm actually if I still haven't passed out from shock in the fucking 48 hours of my arm being shattered completely, that I don't even fight back. I just let him cut it off.
Yeah. That you take a couple more swigs of the alcohol, you're in a lot of pain. At some point, you pass out, and
Okay.
and you wake up to a stump of a what was it, right arm?
Yeah.
Was it? Thank God you're
Damn.
ambidextrous now with your two-weapon fighting style. Basically ambidextrous.
Yeah, I was right-handed, but I guess not anymore.
Yeah.
But I
You
mean-
wake up with a
I
stump of
guess
your
not
arm.
anymore.
With time,
Yeah,
though,
you
wouldn't
need
you
a right
become
hand to be
like
right-handed.
left-handed? Like with only one hand, you probably become really good at that hand.
No, I see what you're thinking.
Probably
Like-
over time.
benefits
Like my
to
mom,
super
she
left
learned
hand.
to write with the opposite hand, and now she still writes with it really properly because it was like that in school. So it should be that way for
Yeah, like eventually her left hand will become fully proficient.
Okay.
Yeah. Yeah. no, that's-
Eventually, until then, I'm fucking worthless.
You're not fucking. Look how much damage you do.
It's not that
Look how much
much.
damage. You do a lot.
Really.
So your max HP is now 25% of your cap. Instead of 32, it's whatever it was before.
28 or 24?
Don't make me do math. 32 times
It's 24.
0.75. 24. Yeah.
So
But
now
as
I'm
you
still
gain
gimp,
HP,
but not quite as gimp anymore.
yeah, your HP will still go up normally. Like when you gain a level, you'll still get D8 or D10 plus 3 HP. So that doesn't
Did
get.
the night in the inn count as a full rest thing?
No, you couldn't sleep, dude. Your arm was shattered.
Okay. So when will I actually start to lose days when it comes to getting back this HP? Because so far I haven't gained any. We're still at 33.
Yeah, I
where we
mean,
started.
tonight you'll gain an HP, and tomorrow you'll gain an HP, that sort of thing.
Okay.
Actually, since the party has 2 healers, one of whom has herbalism, if you do nothing but lay in bed all day and just get like complete bed rest, you can regain at 3 HP per day.
Okay.
Because you have a proficient healer and proficient herbalizer who has a pot now.
I have a pot for you.
Okay. Well, I would assume after having my arm cut off that I don't
Yeah.
do anything but stay in bed all day.
Yeah. We're going to skip over some of these rules that are bullshit about losing limbs, so...
Is one of them you get to re-roll? Is that
If
one
you
of the
want,
rules?
you can retire Alice and re-roll a character. I'm not going to stop you
I
from that.
honestly, at this point, just want to fucking retire Alice.
You can retire Alice if you want to. The rules state that you can't do anything for 2d10 weeks, but that's bullshit. So
Okay.
2 to 10 weeks.
yeah,
I don't
we're
even
skipping.
understand.
That
Can you just
rule.
produce the show for the next month?
Why would that?
Hey guys, that was a great game. I thought,
We'll see you next time. I'm gonna
Any
go get some
shout-outs,
pizza.
Ryan?
I'm gonna work on my my new woodworking class. Well, you guys let me know when we go to a break. I'll come back and change the scene.
He's actually just putting his webcam on, but with mute, and he's like,
Yeah, and I'm just like fucking there sawing wood and shit.
at the end of the
Oh, is
show,
it break
just show
time?
the
No, it's all right.
masterpiece.
Let's change it to that scene. All right, we'll talk about Alice after the show. Anyways, I go to bed and stay in bed all day.
Okay, how long do you guys want to? Well, let's just deal with this day as it goes through.
Real quick,
The day passes. What?
while that was happening, what can you tell me what the sleeping arrangements were last night?
Sure.
I really want to just know about Rita. Did Rita stay with us or in the inn?
Yeah,
or
Rita stayed with what's her name? The girl, the other girl,
Carla?
Carla. Thank you.
Okay, so while that was happening, I'm going to talk to Carla and just ask her about Rita. General things like, what did you guys talk about? Did you guys get to know each other?
Didn't
Why did
say
she
much.
leave?
She was pretty much in shock, and we shared the bed. And when I woke up, she was gone.
Okay. Did you notice
It's like-
anything unusual about her? She just left abnormally early, or?
Yeah, she was just gone.
Okay. That's all I wanted to question her about.
Yeah. Okay. Jackery, you said you wanted to make some.
Poultices.
Yeah. Okay. Give me a couple of herbalism checks. Give me 2 herbalism checks.
Yeah. So just D20?
Yeah.
No.
Well, D20 plus whatever it says next to herbalism on your second page.
See. 12. How many?
2. 5.
Boom.
Oh, sweet. So that day you managed to go out in the forest and find the proper herbs and stuffs for your healing potion, and you come back and you start mixing it that night. Yeah.
Okay. So
Great.
how many will I have now?
You can get 3 healing potuses.
Okay, so now I'm at 4.
Yeah.
Cool.
The whole process will actually take another full day to do, but yeah, I mean you can go ahead and mark it now.
Okay.
Okay, cool. So that day passes uneventfully. You guys kind of just kick it and chill. Carla stays in her room pretty much the whole time. You guys bring her some food now and then. The innkeeper expressed some concern for your friend, but you guys managed to pass it off as just like, oh, you know, she's just an old woman, and he doesn't really seem to mind. The next day, you guys are hanging out in here. You're just finishing up the process on your healing potions.
Oh, by the way, I want to have healed Jeff. Wasn't he missing HP or Alice or someone?
Yeah, I was down to 10.
Yeah, you can throw some spells down.
I would have given them like the cure, all the things.
Roll the HP.
Oh, okay. So I got cure light wounds, 8.
Who's that for?
And I want to fill up everyone, so I guess.
Yeah. So who does the first one go to?
How much HP did you have, Jeff?
10.
So yeah, first one to Jeff, and then to Alice.
Mm-hmm.
And then to Alice.
Yeah. So Alice, you get 10. Jeff, you get 8. You're just finishing up pouring your mixtures into their glasses when the door.
No, but I'm. Oh, okay.
Yeah, this is the next day. When the door barges in, or gets thrown open, and in walks an orc. Shit, freaking.
The door to our room or the inn?
No, to the inn.
What I'm doing is fine though, right? It's not magical. It's just like poultices is standard, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
In barges an orc, and he glares around the room at everybody.
I don't even look at him. I'm just like.
Are we all sitting at the table together?
Yeah, you guys are sitting at the table.
I cross
Wait,
my
no, I'm
legs
still
and
in
smile.
bed. There's no way I'm just out
You're right.
at a table.
Alice, you're in bed. Okay. What do you guys do?
Nothing.
What does he do? Just come in and just stand there?
He just throws open the door and just like kind of eyes the room for a moment.
I just keep drinking.
Yeah.
He walks over to the bartender, pushes aside the 2 patrons that are in his way, and starts talking with the bartender. The 2 patrons, move a little bit further away,
Is
and
he speaking
eventually,
in common?
yeah, they're kind of whispering to each other.
Can we? So we can't hear them. Neil, I'm going to use read lips common on the bartender.
Oh shit, that's much more useful than listen thingy.
I'm going to use orcs can't whisper. Common.
Okay. Give me a read lips check.
So how does that work?
D20 plus whatever the read lips skill is.
Okay. Well, you said you were going to fill that out, and there's just nothing next to it.
There's nothing next to it?
Right.
Well, that's unfortunate. It should be based on your perception.
Okay, so my perception is 14, so do I just do D20 plus 14?
Come on.
31.
Nice.
Bam. All right. You understand. What did the rule say? 50% or is it 75%?
You rolled high.
Yeah. But with read lips, there's certain sounds that always look the same. So you can kind of see what the bartender's talking about. He seems to be saying something along the lines of, I don't know who you're talking about. I don't know what this means. Please just leave me alone. That sort of stuff.
Okay.
And eventually the orc slams his fist down, looks around the room and says, "Anyone seen a young woman traveling through here? Maybe has some bodyguards." And everyone just kind of looks awkwardly at each other and says nothing.
I like the rafters and the woodwork they've done. Here. You can see the craftsmanship.
Okay. Yeah. One of the patrons over in the corner of this woman, the one in purple, who looks very well dressed. So she's definitely like a higher up in the town. Not like a noble, but maybe the daughter of a merchant or maybe someone of political importance in the town, stands to her feet and says, "If these cowards won't say it, I will. The back room on the right. There's a young woman in there that came into town yesterday."
Is that Carla?
No, Carla is second room on the left.
So, do we know who's in that room, or is that just random?
You have no idea. Some randoms in that room.
I shrug.
The orc walks outside and slams the door behind him.
Not in the direction of the room it was pointed?
No, he walks out the inn.
I look at the woman in purple and I say, "Who lives in that room?"
The young woman that came in here yesterday. I saw her come in. I saw her walk in there a few hours ago.
I kind of do one of those, like, I look at her, my mouth opens and closes a couple of times. I'm just like,
In walks the same orc, but this time he's got reinforcements.
Damn.
Shit. 5 more orcs come in behind him, and they kind of just take over the place. I mean, not like they're not stopping anyone from doing anything, but they're pretty much taking over. And 2 of them walk into the back after this girl. Eventually, you hear some door slam open. You hear some "Give me the child!" screams, and a young woman is dragged out with 2 orcs in tow. They drag her, and you see that she has a child in her hands. And the orcs take her and the child and drag her outside.
Do we recognize the woman?
No. I mean, you've seen her. You reckon, oh yeah, she was here a little bit earlier, but you haven't had interactions with her. She's kept to herself this whole time.
The rest of the people at the bar, do they just stay seated and just watch this happen?
Yeah, they kind of watch, and then once the orcs walk outside, people exchange glances, and then just like depressedly turn back to their drinks and like start drinking heavily.
I'm going to... Such a young character, I don't know what he would do.
I think he can't help himself. He kind of stands up and kind of like starts fidgeting and twitching a little bit, and then kind of walks towards the door. Like he's still kind of like, no, yes, and he walks out to the door.
So you start walking towards the door when you hear from outside a shrill cry, "No! Not my baby!"
I look back at Largo and Joffrey and say, "Come on."
Yep. I get up.
The bartender says, "Guys, it's not worth it. Just let him go."
I look at him and I say, I was going to tell the chicken noodle soup for the soul
The what?
starfish story. But
I don't know that story.
at the door, I'm like, "It's a baby. Babies are always worth it."
They're just gonna bring more men. They're just gonna kill you.
So, Neal,
I don't like it any better, man, but
Neal, you said the 2 rich ladies were in the purple and the blue, right?
the man in blue is a man. The woman in purple is, yeah.
But they're both rich looking or whatever.
They're both more well dressed.
Okay. So I'm gonna stand up and I'm gonna walk like, hold on, where's my character at?
Is this the next day, Neil? Have I not healed at all or anything?
You've had a day of healing, so you gained 1 HP in addition to the 8 that Jen gave you.
So I'm at 19 then.
We're gonna start walking out this door, right? The one that I've moved.
Yeah, the only door.
As we do that, I'm going to be following behind Victorian, and I'm going to brush into the guy in the blue and pickpocket him as we
All
go
right.
by.
Give me a pickpocket chance.
My pickpocket is 80. I put a ton of points into it.
Okay, so roll a D100, and if you roll 80 or below, you successfully pickpocket.
I can't wait for this to fail.
50.
Okay.
Let me
All
get
right.
that gold, son.
Yeah, you pickpocket his purse, and you get
He's rich. He's rich.
you get 5 gold pieces.
Excellent.
Nice.
So Neil, as we're walking to the door, do we
Jock-
see them like? What's that?
As
Well, I
Jock
guess-
roll. That's sorry, didn't mean to interrupt, but
I follow them, but as we walk, I'm like, man, I don't think I can use magic in here. There's way too many people.
move your character then. All right, continue. Sorry.
Where
guys.
am I?
Just what do I see looking out the door at the orcs and the woman?
So you open the door, and you see an orc holding the arm, and only the arm, of an infant in its hand, and talking to a couple other orcs, while the woman, soaked in blood, is holding her child.
I make a joke to myself.
I kind of,
Baby
I kinda-
Alice under my breath.
pull back, like Victorian, being like, it's too late.
Yeah, I'm just gonna kind of lean in the doorway and look at him.
Okay.
And
the orcs
froth.
turn to look at you. One of the orcs starts looking at you, notices that you've got weapons, and nudges one of his friends. And they both kind of look at you, and they're just staring at you.
I go back to sit down.
Yeah, I sigh out and just kind of shake my head and walk back in and sit down, I guess.
Okay. All right. The orcs leave, and the woman doesn't come back either.
Yeah, what happens if I roll poorly on my pickpocket? They know that I've tried.
No, if you fail, they don't notice. If you roll there's some percentage that if you roll, they will notice. But it's I think it's 90 and above, they notice. So in theory, you could roll. If your pickpocket was high enough, you could pass, and they would still notice. They could roll to 90, and your percent chance is 95.
I see. Okay. As we walk back to the table, I'm gonna pickpocket this person, the non-rich looking person. I'm gonna just brush against them and
Okay.
same thing.
Give me a pickpocket chance.
Yep.
You're doing it again?
Yeah. Oh shit!
Hey, I think that's the percentage that you have to roll for them to notice you.
To determine whether the victim noticed the thief's indiscretion, subtract 3 times the victim's level from 100. If the thief's pickpocket roll was equal to or greater than this number, the attempt is detected. A 0th level victim, for example, notices the attempt only if it was a roll on 100, and this is a 0th level person. So
Oh.
Nice.
if that was a 1st level character, they would have noticed, but a 0th level character does not notice.
So I'm good, right?
Yeah.
All right. I'm just gonna pretend to trip as I walk past them and then sit down.
Yeah. Okay. No one notices.
Be careful,
and
man. Be careful where you walk.
You come back.
Don't hurt yourself.
Those orcs, they flustered me.
Yeah, I get it.
As it's kind of
Sigh.
quiet and solemn in there,
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna he raises his voice, but he's like Victorian's looking at the table, just like, we don't have to help them. We don't have to make it easier for them to be tyrannous villains. We should work together.
That's
I
the
nod
lady in the purple,
silently.
right?
No, I just say it into the table, but really loud. He's kind of pulling a Walter Sobchak from The Big Lebowski.
The bartender comes over and looks at you guys and goes, I don't like it either, but there's so many of them. And they have all the weapons.
As he
Except
says that, I
those.
look at the people in purple and blue and look at their reaction to what he says.
They may not have noticed, or if they heard, they're pretending not to notice.
Okay. Quietly to the table, I will say, well, it really sucks that a child was killed, but the good news is they believe they've gotten the child.
That is possible. It's just... Yeah, I can't imagine. They're so evil. They must pay.
Yeah, I'm just finding a silver lining, if you will.
Well, we have to still consider our priorities. Like, there's some stuff that's more important than others, you know?
I
Maybe
agree.
a gold lining, right, guy in blue?
You just call him Guy in Blue.
That's all I know him as. So.
I agree, and that's why I didn't. I did everything I could to hold back, but I don't know if I could do that again.
At this point, the two wealthy patrons, or more wealthy patrons, leave the bar
Which way did they leave?
through the front door.
Did they walk past our table?
No. Look where your table is. Look what... Yeah.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah. No, they leave kind of in a haughty, like, ugh, holier than thou sort of way.
Okay.
I kind
Okay.
of mumble, you can be proud of yourselves. As they pass.
I mean, they don't pass by you at all.
Oh, okay. I still mumble it.
All right,
Wow.
I think... What? Sorry.
Never mind.
I think that's it for today.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah, that works. All right. Well, let's do some shout outs here. Neil, why don't you start us off?
Shout out to Alice.
Quickest character.
Sorry that happened to you, Alice. That was
It's okay. Rich is actually just dead somehow tomorrow when we start Eben. That's part of the new campaign. Anyone named Rich or under the control of Neal Erickson is dead on day one.
You guys start getting like super passive aggressive about your characters and shit. Like,
Yeah, exactly.
another critical on you, JP. Sorry.
No.
You lose both your arms.
Exactly.
Are you gonna re-roll Alice or a new character?
We'll see. We'll see.
Okay. I mean, there could be something cool to the one-handed brute fighter.
That's like mentally handicapped.
Yeah. Do shout outs, Neil.
That's it. You can follow my stuff on Twitter. Everything. Twitter. Koibu0 on Twitter. There you go. That'll lead you everywhere else.
Short and sweet. Jeff, do some shout outs.
Thank you for everyone tuning in as always. Really, really fun. For me personally, I've got my internet issue fixed, so I will be streaming. So that's on Twitch TV at iNcontroL TV. But kind of like Neil, the best way to just kind of keep up to date on that is following my Twitter, which is EG iNcontroL. I always tweet before I stream, and I tweet like I'm going to stream tonight type of stuff too. So that's the best way to do that. Shout out to my team, Evil Geniuses, of course. We will be in that Total Biscuit Clan League, which is really fun. Really excited about that. And for me personally, I'm heading to Seattle for a Warhammer tournament this weekend. And then when I get back, I believe I'm playing in the Group of Death for the MLG thing. I've got Major, who hates me, and I've got Scarlet, who's the best fucking player in North America. So it should be a fantastic tournament for Old in Control. Gonna give it my best though. And then after that, it's nothing until February, so I'll just be streaming a bunch, and I'll see you guys then.
Awesome stuff. Ryan, go ahead.
All right. Shout outs to all of you guys for watching. As always, I always appreciate that there are people out there willing to watch me and my friends role play. I think that's so awesome. So shout outs to you guys. For my own personal stuff, you can follow my Twitter, which is twitter.com/MLGRyan. For my YouTube, I'm not going to shout out my channel, but I am going to link a video series that I've been doing. It's called The Saga of the Spaniard, and it's just like a funny thing that happened in DayZ. I think it's hilarious. I'm going to link it right there. I just put it in chat. Saga of the Spaniard. Definitely check that out. And right after this, go to Neal's Twitch channel, twitch.tv/Koibu. I'm going to be playing Mafia there directly following this for game 2.
Great. Jen, do some shout outs and close us out.
Yeah, thank you so much for watching, guys. Make sure to follow also our Twitter at Real Roleplay. Follow me at LivinPink SC2 and Facebook.com/LivinPink. Also my Twitch channel and my Facebook and my YouTube. Yeah, all that stuff. And make sure to check out Misclicks Tuesdays 8:30 p.m. EDT, where I play D&D with the girls and Neil, and we try to be pirates. It's pretty fun. So you should check it out for more D&Ds. And yeah, that's about it.
All right. Well, for me, Eben is tomorrow at 4 o'clock EST. We'll actually be rebooting that campaign. The characters are all going to stay the same level, etc., but the world will be a little bit different, so you can tune into that 4 o'clock EST. As for everything else, I'll do the shout-outs after we shut down the stream here. So thank you all for playing. We'll let you guys know when we will be playing next, and we'll see you guys then. This has been RollPlay Solum. Week number 2, and we'll see you guys for week number 3 as soon as we know when. Peace.
Peace.
Later.